Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this oblong gift box. Slightly different. I actually have made it for it to hold a gift for my mum for Christmas. Yeah, she'll be getting either this one or the one that I make with you guys. And as you can see, it does actually have a belly band all the way round. But I've simply only put, if I just slide this off, you will see that it actually only has a couple of dimensionals at the bottom here so that we can slide the belly band off. Oh, my dog's crying already. And it just simply opens up like this. So I've just used DSP and it just slides on and off just like that. And then I have got joined my ribbon here with some tear and tape, and obviously that bit just sits underneath the sentiment. I remember what I'm saying in a minute. So just slide this over the edge there and then just slide it down, and it'll stop once it gets to the dimensionals anyway, and then you can just sort of play around with it until you're happy with it. But yeah, so that's my cute little box. It's literally just a sheet of 12 by 12, so there's no cutting in terms of cutting it down to size. So I'll show you how I made it. I'm using the Frosted Floral DSP. I don't know which side to use actually. Oh no, I'm torn now. I think I'm going to go with this side. So if you have a pattern and you want it to go a particular way, as I did with this one, you need to make sure that your paper is facing the way you want it to go. So when I lay this down, my pattern went across this way so that it's going the way that I want it to, okay? So, I'll just grab my scoring tool. So as I said, it's a full sheet of 12 by 12. There's no trimming anywhere. And you're simply going to score one side, so it doesn't matter. Obviously, like I said, if your pattern's running from left to right, excuse me, from left to right or from top to bottom, you want it on your scoreboard the way you're going to have it going on your box, if that makes sense. So these are going to be the sides, this is going to be the top and front of your box. So to start off with, we're going to score at 2.5 inches and at 9.5 inches. So that will be 6.5 centimetres and 24 centimetres. We're then going to rotate it one way. So now those score lines are top and bottom. And we're going to score quite simply at 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10 inches. And that will be 6.5, 13, 19.5 and 26 centimetres. And that is all we need. I'll just get that out of the way. And that is all that we're going to need for our scoring, etc. So we're going to just fold it over now, and we're going to fold and burnish the score lines. Now this paper for some reason does seem to be a bit awkward when you come to folding and burnishing. So just be mindful when you're doing it that you maybe fold and check that these edges line up when you fold it and burnish it, because as I say, for some reason it just doesn't seem to, I don't want to score it too much because I don't want to tear it. So you just sort of have to make sure that you fold and get those creases going, and again just ensure that you're lined up with your sides as well. So some nice creasing there, and obviously we're going to do that for all of them. So again, just make sure that those lines are straight before we burnish. And then my last two, and this is where I just don't want the last bit to all go wrong. So I'm just, why is that not lined up? That doesn't seem right to me. Oh no, that's right. Ignore me. Ignore me, it's because that's my shorter edge. So again, just fold nicely, and then as I said, this is my shorter edge that goes on the front. Just fold and again line it up. There we go. And then just give that a nice crease too. Okay, so once we've done all of that, we're going to have to cut down all of these side tabs here. So we're going to cut down all of these all the way along, every single one on both sides. I hope you've had a good look at the sale, the clear out sale that's on the online store at the moment. If you have a little look on the website, if you click on the link below that says shop with me, you can go straight through to my shop and have a look at the discounted items and the items that are leaving us, as we are having a new catalogue come very soon, as you know. So go and check it out. Okay, so now we've cut all of these side pieces, we now need to do some cutting of wedges. So to start off with, have the thinner part at the front. This paper's so big I can't get it all on the camera. So have your narrow part at the front here. So you want to keep those pieces and cut tabs out of the next one. And don't panic, because this will work. Obviously that front one's slightly shorter, but as I say, it will work. So, oops, come here. So that's those ones. And then we are also going to cut these two middle ones, but not the last one. Okay, so let's go and cut wedges out of all of these ones. Okay, so that's those. And we've left that one whole, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So literally keeping the two end ones in and cutting tabs on the three centre ones. Sorry, wedges. Cut the wedges out. Okay, so that's all of those done. That one just needs a fraction more, I think, because it's not quite... There we go, that's better. So that's that bit done. Okay, and then we just need to glue it. So I have my snail here, and what I'm actually going to do is flip this over and tuck these ones inside, and then I'm just simply going to put snail down the sides and then along the edge where the fold is, and then exactly the same on this side. So the front piece now is at the top, and these, oops, and I'm just popping snail onto these. And then we're just going to fold this front piece up. You can rest this edge on the desk so that you know you've got that nice straight edge, and then just simply fold that one up and then bring this one in, and just ensure that those edges, which I haven't done here, come on, don't stick just yet, thank you. Just make sure that this edge here is nice and straight. And so again, popping, let me fold that one out, there we go. So fold this one in, keep it flat on your desk and tuck that piece up, and then this one we bring in and just make sure it lines up there. You can either pop them down and press them just to make sure. I don't know why that one's not quite as tidy, so I'll give that one a trim, as it is only the tab inside. And then obviously the lid part, so again we need to add adhesive to this bit, and again do that straight edge there, and then we're going to fold this over and get the right angle, so that it lines up there. Don't worry about this bit, you'll see why in a moment. And then this goes over to that edge there. And then we're going to cut from this edge straight across to that corner. So you see now, it doesn't matter that it wasn't the same. And again here, from this corner all the way down, oh, that went a bit wonky, to that corner. I did say I would decide which one my mum was getting. I think it would be the other one. And then all you need to do is just very carefully, when you pop your lid down, just hold these corners here, because it does tend to catch just slightly when you first close it. And then just simply pop it over the top, and there is your box made. Now it will sit like that, obviously, but I think it looks a little bit plain, so we need to add some ribbon. So I've now got the Tranquil Tide velvet ribbon, which I love. It's gone very grey outside. I think it's going to rain again. And then I just sort of measured a length of how much I wanted. So I just need enough to overlap on there. And then I'm going to get my, wherever I put it here, my tear and tape. And I'm just simply going to add a length of it on the underside, just there. Try and keep it, if you can, so I've completely messed that bit up, try and keep it as straight on the ribbon as you can. And the reason for that is, when it's on your box as a belly band, you don't want it catching to the DSP. That's better. So a nice straight line of that there. And then I'm going to take the backing off, which is now not sticking. I don't know why this isn't sticking. How annoying. Right, let's try this end. This is where I end up fiddling now for ages with this. I don't know what my dog's doing. I apologise for any random noises. She's burying herself amongst stuff in the corner of the room. My dogs are crazy. Right, come on. And now she's grumbling. Fabulous. Right, I've kind of got the edge of that now. Let's see if I can... Oh, heavens above. Of course it did it the first time on the previous one. Has that stuck? Yes, thank goodness for that. So, apologise for that. So I'm going to pop my ribbon down like that. I'm going to bring this end across here and then sort of hold it taut. You don't want to hold it tight because you don't want to bend the box out of shape. Bring this over and then line it up on top of your ribbon. Okay, and then you just simply pull it along so that it's central and take off any excess. And there you have your ribbon. So next you need your sentiment. So as usual, I've forgotten to get my cardstock out, so here we go. So I've got some beautiful Tranquil Tide here, and I'm going to use Christmas Pines. It is an old favourite of mine. I think this pattern DSP is very similar to these, although I'm not actually using this. I'm just going with this lovely little sentiment here. May your Christmas sparkle with joy and happiness, which I've already got on my block. Have my Versamark, which I'm going to heat emboss, obviously. So spin this round, give my card a good wipe with my embossing buddy, get rid of all the static. And then Versamark my sentiment, which I'm just going to stamp on there. Oops, nearly forgot that then. And then I've got my silver embossing powder, which I'm just going to sprinkle over there. Tap any excess off. Put that to one side and try and bring my heat tool in. I'm just simply going to heat emboss that little sentiment there. And don't forget, if you do go and have a look at the discounted clear out, Christmas clear out, don't forget when you place your order to pop in the hostess code that you can find at the bottom of my blog. That will also make you eligible for some other little goodies that I send out. I always send a handmade gift and card to people that shop with me, and if you use the hostess code you get a nice little hostess reward too. There is information on my blog, so go across and have a look. So, heat embossed my sentiment now. I'm just giving it a minute because if you push this in too quickly, this is still warm and it may smear it. So I'm just sort of being quite gentle with it. And obviously I've heat embossed and it's curled my card a little, so it's playing difficult to get in. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that. Make sure it's level and in the centre. Apologise for my dog again. Daisy, what are you doing, baby? Daisy, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's sitting looking at me, wagging her tail. Daft dog. Right, so I've got my sentiment there. Couple of dimensionals, which I said I'm going to pop right at the bottom here. And then I'm going to add, wherever I put them, some of my lovely favourite metallic pearls. As you can see, I favoured the gold over the silver, so let's get some silver on there now. I'm sorry for this noise. My husband does camping, but he does the whole bushcraft thing, so no tents and stuff. And he has his rather large and ridiculous rucksack just over there on the floor. And for some reason one of my dogs takes to lying on his stuff. When he comes home from work, he goes to and from work on a motorbike, and he has quite a big jacket now that it's raining. And as soon as he takes it off, if he just puts it on the floor while he takes his boots off, she's straight on it lying down, bless her. I don't know, she's crazy. Crazy dog. So I've popped 3 little metallic pearls on the bottom there, and I have already done one just because I did too many for the previous project, but using the beautiful sparkle glimmer paper that I think sets off wonderfully on this, I've literally just added 3, and I've only done 1, so I need to do a couple more, with the sprig punch, my favourite. I love this. Three little sprigs of beautiful glimmer, and I've added the glue dot onto the actual glimmer side, and then oops, nearly stuck it to my nail, and then stuck it onto my sentiment. Obviously I don't want to stick it to the box, because then when you try and get this ribbon off, it's going to look a little bit daft and may catch on it and it'll just wreck the box. So I've just simply added those onto there, and then take the backing off my dimensionals and sit it on my box, and then just sort of straighten everything up. If you want to, you can sort of give this a little bit of a bend, just to make sure it sits nicely on that ribbon. And of course, if you wanted to, you could take the ribbon off, or actually you can just get your finger on the inside there and press those dimensionals down to make sure they're stuck. But that is my Christmas gift box. I hope you like it. I hope my mum likes it. I'm sure she will. She loves anything like that. Hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.